Trying to unmute. There we go. Julie, thank you very much indeed. Can I echo the thanks to Tim for the petition? I mean, I've listened for the last, it's almost 45 minutes to passion, eloquence and anger about the position we find ourselves in. And it's really hard to resist just saying, well, welcome to Brexit. However, we have a practical problem and we've got to do something about it. Now, I know that going back over the past, in one sense, doesn't help, but we do need to understand, because we haven't yet got to the bottom of it, of who offered what to whom during the negotiations. Because if we don't get to the bottom of that, we won't fully understand the position both of the UK government, because they've claimed they made an offer, it was rejected, but Michel Barnier has also said, no, we made an offer to the UK which was rejected. And a lot of press reporting has said, because it would have, in effect, driven a coach and horses through the points-based immigration system that the government has put in place. And it's really important that we understand this. So I think the practical steps are, one, to keep up this campaign, because anyone listening to what's been said today would realize what a self-inflicted wound it is. And the fact that so many of those who are impacted are also the excluded who have had no meaningful support because they haven't been able to work and they haven't been part of the self-employed income support scheme or furlong over the last year, I think gives it added force. Secondly, to get the government, as Michael was just saying, to say, all right, we will go back to the EU, because part of the trade and cooperation agreement envisages further agreements being negotiated and agreed as part of the framework. And the third part is to, I would contact Michel Barnier, because I'm still waiting for a letter from the Prime Minister, because I raised this question with him when he appeared before the Liaison Committee about a month ago. And what he said in answer to me didn't quite square with what has been reported happened in the negotiations. So to get from Michel Barnier a clear understanding of what the EU might be prepared to agree to, obviously it would have to be reciprocal, really important to understand that, as we all do, because that then is the basis on which we can say to the government, look, the EU might be prepared to consider something, but you need to go and talk to them. And on this issue, on the impact on fisheries, on, I mean, a growing number of sectors of the economy who are realizing what the practical consequences of cost, bureaucracy and red tape are, particularly in the midst of a terrible economic recession anyway, because of COVID. We just have to keep the pressure up. And you'll find a very large number of MPs, because every constituency will have people who are affected by this. Write to your own MP. I'm sure you've all have done it, but for all of the artists and performers, get to your own MP and say, will you put pressure on the government to go and sort this out, because we can't cope with the consequences. And it's such a self-inflicted wound for the country.
Thank you, Hilary. And as ever on these kind of things, I agree with every word you're saying.